Got another video for you, of course. Here we are again. Todd and Tasha, welcome to the podcast here in Los Angeles. We want to talk about reparations. So first off, a lot of you guys already know that the city of San Francisco, as far as the San Francisco Reparations Committee of California, has suggested that Black folk receive $5 million for reparations. Now, that's a big controversy. We did another video about this stuff. It's just a big controversy. It's just a big mess all over the country. A lot of people are just so against it and crying and bickering about it, everything else. But we want to talk about what you could do if you were to receive that reparations money. Any amount. I mean, it could be the $200, $300, $400, whatever, $100,000 that the city of Los Angeles Reparations Committee was talking about. It could be $4 or $5 million. And we'll talk about later on if we're really gonna get that amount of money or if we're gonna get anything, period. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But right now, we're gonna talk about what you can do, some of the things you can do with that reparations money. Now, so one of the things is if you get that money, when you get that money or whatever,
right,
you can, this is what I would actually do. I would, whether you have kids or not, or you're planning on starting a family, you can open up separate bank accounts for, so if you have kids, you can open up bank accounts for your children.
Right, exactly. Each kid open up an account. Exactly.
I think that would be a wise thing to do. Open up an account for your children so that when they get older, they'll have money. And at the same time, besides or with opening up bank accounts for your children, you have to make sure that you teach your children about money because you don't want them blowing through a lot of money. I don't care if it's $100,000 and you have 4 kids and you split that $100,000 up, you put like $25,000 each bank account. You just have to make sure that you teach your children how to manage money.
Right. And I'm just gonna say also too, you can of course set up those accounts to where they get at a certain age or they get a certain amount, paid out to them on a monthly basis, on a regular basis, or whatever the case. But again, financial literacy is super important anyway for everybody, but especially, with kids and stuff, so that when they do, receive the money, the funds, they know what to do with it, what not to do with it. Yeah, they may do a couple things, how kids are.
Right.
But, for the most part, as long as they keep that big chunk of it, that'll be good.
Exactly. Man, this is a good video. Man. So, okay. So we're talking about this. We're talking about opening up bank accounts for your children, for your family. And this helps for them to take that money. And of course, obviously, by teaching them how to manage money, they can take that money and they can build it up and pass it on to their families. So that's really should be the first thing as far as open up accounts for your kids, for your family. So the other thing is you want to find something that you can invest in. You want to find something that you believe will be profitable. Now, I'm not saying that everything you touch is going to be profitable. That's just not the case. Obviously, you have to do your research and see what's out there that they can.
I mean, yeah, as far as investment wise, I know we're going to get to maybe starting a business, probably on this list too. But again, I say, here's the thing, whether or not we get reparations or not, we are, of course, are speaking as if you do have the money. You should be researching how to invest anyway. You should be investing in something anyway, even if it's like $5. So you can find something, profitable that's maybe low risk and then learn more, quote unquote, riskier things. Do it that way as far as that. But start off with something that's, what is it? Warren Buffett says, buy and hold. You can do that, use that type of strategy as far as that. Turn it. And there was even an article where it says, if you have a certain amount of money, these are the 5 stocks that Warren Buffett would recommend, people like that. just, get started somewhere as far as that's concerned.
Exactly. So again, just do your proper due diligence as far as your research, check everything out. And you want to make sure that you're careful in terms of investing, because you don't want to invest in something and it turns out to be a scam, and then they scam you out of your money. They take all of your money. I'm not sure exactly what happened in the Mr. Bolt. What's his name? Usain.
Oh,
Usain
Bolt.
Bolt. Yeah.
It's still under investigation, which is so sad.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that for another video.
Oh, sorry. And I just thought about something. A good investment, idea is honestly life insurance.
Right.
Now it can be set up a certain way so that it's like a retirement, you front load it. You can do it to where it's tax free. So again, it's all about doing your research as far as that.
Yep. Hey, I totally agree with that too. So another thing that you could do if you want, it's up to you. I mean, there's so many things that you can do, and we don't have enough time in this video to talk about everything. Mm-hmm. But so I think other videos we talked about like putting in different like our IRA accounts and things like that. You can do that. You can also, and you don't necessarily it doesn't always have to be something super huge to invest in. Mm-hmm. I mean, it can be small things. It depends on your liking. So, I mean, some of you guys may have a dream of starting like a t-shirt company. You can do that. Mm-hmm. That can be profitable. You can have a profitable Amazon business, mm-hmm. whatever that may be.
Yeah. And, one too that I was actually looking at a video that is a really good idea, depending on your desires or interests, I should say, is cleaning business.
Yeah.
Cleaning business. There was a gentleman that I was just looking at as far as the video, and he basically turned his $27 investment. So again, you don't even need a whole lot of money, but this is something you can do. You got your reparations money, you can start a whole company as far as that. But you turn $27 into millions, over a course of a few years.
I believe
in
it.
cleaning, cleaning business or whatever. And I think it was, I don't want to say which one it was because I forgot. But I don't want to misquote it. But, something like Jam Pro or something like that.
Yeah.
And he turned it into millions.
I believe it because somebody always needs cleaning. I mean, business always needs cleaning. I mean,
people, oh my gosh, especially out here, and people don't have time, quote unquote. They don't think they have time, but I should say they don't really want to do those types of things because they can do other things, especially like maybe the wealthy or affluent people. They don't want to sit around and be cleaning their house. That's where, that business comes in.
Would you personally start a cleaning business?
Possibly, yeah, because here's the thing with that. You don't have to do the work. So you can set it up.
So you wouldn't get in there and get your hands dirty?
Oh, I've done that before, and I don't want to do that anymore.
Let's not go down that road again.
Yeah, I've done that. It's like hard work. But there are people who actually, that's their joy, honestly. Their joy is to clean. And, you can start up a business as far as cleaning, and you just basically outsource the work. You get the contracts and everything else. You outsource the work, and, you can do it that way, actually.
Yeah. So, and then make sure, like, if you get a cleaning business, like, my number one suggestion is, two big suggestions, is to make sure you pay those people right.
Oh, yeah.
Pay those people right and treat them right, too. Don't treat them like slaves and treat them like crap and everything. Because I'm telling you, most of you guys, I'm not talking about our subscribers, but most of you guys out there with these cleaning business, you treat your workers like crap.
Yeah, exactly.
So, hey, I'm just being honest, calling it what it is.
Basically, seriously, because that job, I mean, yeah, it's a quote-unquote low-tier job, if you want to call it that, but the bottom line is, hey, they're busting their butts as far as cleaning. And, I mean, seriously, you have to pay them right.
Right.
Not pennies.
Exactly. So, and I really like this one. So, another business you can do, and like I said,
is to get your wheels turning.
Yeah, get your wheels turning in your, I guess, upstairs, whatever. But no, another thing that you could do, you can actually you can franchise a Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah.
You can the initial fee requirement of a Chick-fil-A is only $10,000.
Well, that's super low. If you guys have
super low compared to like Burger King and
Even
McDonald's and
Subway. Yeah,
Subway.
I think Subway is more expensive than that too.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's
yeah.
really good. Wow.
But they say that Chick-fil-A is less profitable than, obviously, I mean, Burger King and McDonald's and places like that. But
What?
around the average that Chick-fil-A franchise owner earns is around about like $150,000 or something like that, maybe a little bit more. It depends on the location as well. Foot traffic, there's a lot involved, and there's a selection process that you have to go through, all that stuff. But that's giving you an idea
Right.
of doing something. So,
So hey, actually,
like, if you don't want to,
yeah,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's good because hey, right now, as many people out here, you're not even making, six figures. So say for instance, get this reparations money, instead of just looking at it like, oh, I have this pile of money and I'm gonna just sit on it, put it to work and just think about it like, hey, if you're only making, 60, 70,000 at your job, you can do the Chick-fil-A like Ty was saying, and now
Right.
you've like doubled your income.
Yep, exactly. So that's real good. I believe that's a good suggestion, a good thing to do.
Franchise.
And yeah, franchise. I mean, or it can be other franchises. It just
Yeah.
depends. Like I said, obviously depends on the pot of money that you have and you may have, and it's just a lot of factors that's involved in that as well. So. Another thing that you can do, invest in like Forex, like learn how to trade. We talked about that
yeah.
a billion times on the videos. They can like learn how to trade like Forex, different currencies, pound, dollar. There's other ones, the Japanese yen versus the dollar. It's just different things you can do. Stocks, I wouldn't necessarily mess around with Bitcoin. I kind of been changed my mind about Bitcoin a lot lately, and it has been dropping, but it's been going back up. But for me, Bitcoin is just too huge of a roller coaster, more than anything else. And when it drops, it keeps dropping. It drops for a long
Right.
time, and it'll drop like 10,000. So it's.
I feel like this is something to where who knows what's going to happen. So if you are one of those people where you just like, risk taker, so to speak, take a portion only that you can afford to lose and just put it there if you want. Like some people just really are thinking that it's going to really pop off, and who knows, it might. But that whole thing is super risky. So again, do your research as far as that. But
Because
everything comes with risk.
people get greedy in the markets, and then they tend to lose all their money. And everything else.
Pay close
So
attention.
that's the thing. Like you're up like a ton of money, and then you're like, oh man, I'm up
I would take
I'm up
it out.
$2,000. Oh, maybe I can be up 5,000. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. Next thing you know, you get wiped out, and that's the reality of it. Is it happens all the time.
Oh, a strategy I just thought about, I know Todd probably same thing, but hey, say for instance you said that 2,000, you up 2,000, hey, you better take out 1,500 or something,
Right.
leave 5 and then, let it build back up or something. I don't know. Just do your research as far as that. But again, Warren Buffett, his thing is, buy and hold. And Bitcoin is super risky. So again, just do your research.
Exactly. And let's see, do you have one?
Well, again, so another idea or thing that you can do as far as, hey, you get your reparations, paper, just kidding, is, of course, now, this is super easy. You don't even have to wait for this, but you can start your own online business as far as your own boutique. And that's something that, again, you've heard us talk about before. And of course, for the ladies watching, as far as that, is still in demand. You already know, ladies, we always buying something, okay? We always buying some
That's
purses,
the truth right there.
some
Y'all
badges,
stop
some
buying
makeup,
stuff.
clothes. We're always doing that. So you can actually, again, this is up to you. And I would say it really depends on how big of a payout it is, and how that it's all structured and everything. But some of you may have the dream to start a clothing line, an actual line where you're having the clothes designed and made. That will set you apart as opposed to just quote unquote sourcing the clothing, where it kind of is like a copycat of what other people have. That's an idea. Or again, even if you are just doing the sourcing and reselling it, maybe private label and whatever the case, that's something that you definitely can do. And I mean, it's really not a whole lot of upfront capital that's needed for that, depending on what it is that you're doing. So that's definitely something that you can get into. Is again, start your own online boutique of some sort. Ladies, we always buying up stuff.
And another thing that they can do, they can actually get into the car business. So they can go to auctions and purchase cars, and they can resell cars.
Right.
Resell cars and keep doing that, because that's very profitable as well too.
I didn't even think
So
about
yeah, it's a certain license that you have to get in order to do that. I can't think of the name of the license, but you get your license, whatever, and again, you go and you purchase used cars and you flip them, make a profit. You take that profit, you reinvest, and just keep reinvesting, and you save. And I mean, it can be a good thing. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And another idea as far as a business that you can start, I mean, because here's the thing, you can't just hold this money and think it is gonna just sit there and carry you forever. Even if it's $5 million, like honestly, you got to think about the future, start building legacies. So not only, of course, I would say, and I feel that there will be more conversation about group economics as far as us coming together as a community and actually building something. But as far as your own individual business, you could start a trucking business.
Oh yeah.
Trucking businesses make bank depending on how you do it. You do it right, you buy your trucks, you get the contracts as far as that's concerned. And you could definitely I actually have a acquaintance. Her and her husband, they have a trucking business, and they were saying that at first it was just like so daunting, but again, this is where your research comes in. Like, start looking up this stuff now, because you know what happens when you start looking up things ahead of time. Even if you don't have the money comes. The money comes for you the opportunity comes for you to be able to actually do it. So if you start looking up stuff and just like, man, what about this? What about that? Hey, then some way, somehow, the opportunity will actually, end up presenting itself to you, and you just have to jump on it. But trucking business, definitely something to look into.
Yeah, definitely. So there's a lot of things that you can do, and this is probably the last thing for me. You can actually get real estate. We talked about this before too. You can get real estate. You can buy hotels, motels. You can buy apartment homes, duplex. What do you call it? Triplex, quadrupleplex. You can buy all of that. You can really make a nice profit. Obviously, you want to get it in a decent area, maybe like a low crime. Well, obviously, it's good to do it in like a low crime area. And I'm not saying low crime means no crime. It just means low crime.
Yeah.
But you want to do that in an area like that too. So, so this is all for the video, and we hope that you guys like this video. Please like, subscribe, share all across social media. If you don't have social media, share anyway.